What would we do if terrorists attacked the airport at Metropolis, a fictional western city in the U.S.? To find out, watch In the Face of Terrorism Tuesday at 10.
Hi there once again. And how are the fingertips? They should be easing up by now. You know, the secret is to keep playing. So have you been practicing your chord changes from G to D7 and back to G? What about the song? Good. Well, let's check our tuning and we'll go through the song together. Here's my first string, E, and the second, B, and the third, G, and the fourth, D, and the fifth, A, and the sixth, low E. Right, here's the song, and here's our tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2. So, off we go. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Skip to my loo, my change, darling. Okay, let's do it again. Here we go. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Skip to my loo, my change, darling. Good. Now, just because I show you new styles and such every week, it doesn't mean that you should forget anything that we've done in previous programs. And that's one reason why there's a book and record kit. And each time you practice, you should go right the way back to the beginning and practice through to the current program. You know, technique is rather like your fingertip calluses. If you don't play something for a while, it'll fade away and finally vanish. So practice everything I give you, even if you think that it's beneath you. Now, the basis of much guitar music is a rock-steady beat, for instance, and the best way to develop that beat is to really master Carter style. Today I'm going to show you how you can vary Carter style finger and thumb playing to give a great deal of variety to your playing. Now, here's the basic 2/4 Carter style. Thumb plucks a bass string in G, for instance, the 6th, and then the index fingernail grazes down across the remaining strings. The rhythm is 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's 2 beats to the bar, which is why in England we call it the basic 2/4 strum. Now, how about if we do this? Now the thumb plucks a bass string, say the 6th, and then the index fingernail grazes down across the remaining strings, and then the index fingernail grazes back up. Look at it again. Thumb down, index finger down, index finger up. Now, it's not necessary to come up across all the strings. Most of the time when I'm playing fast, I'll just catch the first string, like this. Now, many years ago, one of my guitar students called the 2/4 Carter style the Dum Ching style, because she found it helped her to keep the beat if she sang Dum Ching as she practiced. Well, the same young lady who's now a guitar teacher herself, she called this variation the Dum Chinger style. I find it a good way to remember the rhythm. Dum Chinger, Dum Chinger, Dum Chinger, Dum Chinger, Dum Chinger, Dum Chinger. So the 1 beat is still a thumb pluck, but now the 2 beat is a finger down and up. Hey, ho, skip to my loo. So let's try Skip to Maloo with this new variation. Here's a rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Hey, ho, skip to my loo, change. Skip to my loo, my change, darling. Good. Now listen to this. Skip to my loo, my darling. Did you hear what I've done? Listen again. Skip to my loo, my darling. You got it. I slipped another chord in there on darling. Darling. That's a C major. And together with the chords of G and D7th, it makes up what we call a basic chord sequence in the key of G major. So we have G, C, D7th, and back home again to G. Now, I won't explain how we find the notes of a C major scale because by now you should be very familiar with the rule of tone, tone, halftone, tone, 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 halftone. In fact, when you have a few free minutes, it would be a very good idea to sit down with your tone wheel and a piece of paper and work out the scales of every major key. Just start at A flat and go right the way around the wheel and write out the notes that make up each scale, because once you have those scales written out, you'll be able to use them to form any chord that you'll ever need. Now at present we're playing in the key of G major, and I've just shown you how the chords of G and C and D7th make up a basic sequence, the chords of which can enable us to play hundreds of songs. So, how do we know which chords in a key make up that sequence? Well, as always, there's an easy-to-remember formula. Here it is. 1, 4, 5, 7th. So, if we played the 1 chord, G, and then the 4 chord, C, and then the 5 chord as a 7th, which would give us D7th, we have that sequence. So down in Nashville, many of the studio players write out all their chord sheets just like that. The sheet will have the key marked at the top, but then the whole chord progression of the tune will be written out just in numbers. At the back of your book, I've written out the basic chord sequences of every key. But I'd really like you to work them out for yourself first, and then just use the book to check that you're right. The same way with the chord fingerings. Everything that you need is in the chord bank. But I'd rather have you work out chords for yourself and then turn to the bank just as a double check. Now, our new chord is C major. And the 3 notes of that chord are C, E, and G. So look at it written out as a chord window and see if you can tell me what notes the fingers are playing. Well, the first string, E, is left alone, isn't it? So we call that either an open string or an unfretted string. Now, how about the second string? That's held down behind the first fret by the first finger. So what note would that be? Well, the open string is B, so the first fret would give us C. That's good. Now, the third string is open because we need a G. Now, remember, we're looking for C's, we're looking for E's, and also G's. So how about the fourth string? The second finger is holding that down behind the second fret. Now, what's the open note? D. So at the first fret, we'd have E flat. At the second, E. So that's an E. Now to the fifth string. The third finger's holding that down behind the third fret, giving us what? Well, the open is A. So at the first we have B flat, then B at the second, and then C at the third. So it gives us yet another C. Now the sixth string is marked by an X. So it means that we won't be playing that string just yet. It is an E, and E is one of the chord notes that we need in a C major, but sometimes you come across a note in a chord that the ear rejects, even though it's right. Listen. I mean? So for now, we'll just mark it with an X and we won't play it. So let's play the new chord. I've got the first finger on the second string, first fret, the second finger on the fourth string, second fret, and the third finger on the fifth string, third fret. And here's how it should sound. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And remember, don't play the sixth string. You're just going to play the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now, here's another variation on Carter style, this time in 4/4, 4 beats to the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, look at my right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's called a 4/4 scratch style, and here's how you play it. You hold down a G chord. Now, thumb plucks a bass string, say the 6th. Now, this time the index finger is going to graze up. Now, to be 2, then it grazes down, which gives us 3, then it grazes up again, which gives us 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So try it. Hold down your G chord, the thumb plucks, index up, index down, and index up. And again, this time I'll call out thumb for the thumb pluck, up for the index up, down for the index down, and up for the index up. Okay? Hold down your G and thumb up, down, up, thumb up, down, up, thumb up, down, up, thumb up, down, up, thumb up, down, up. Let's try it again. Thumb up, down, up, thumb up, down, up. Now practice it very 4-square at first. Then when you've got it perfectly, you can play with the rhythm, like this. Okay, let's try the song again using the 4/4 scratch. Here are the words. Just before we start, look above the words and you'll see some black numbers. Now they're there to show you what string you should play with your thumb to get an alternating bass line. See, instead of just plonking away on one string, those numbers tell you that you can do this. Sounds more like playing, doesn't it? Okay, well, look, I'll play it first and you just follow along. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Okay, now let's do it together. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Once more, a bit faster. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Hey ho, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Okay, well, you can rest your fingers for a while. Last time I showed you how to change strings on a guitar like this. But how about a classical guitar? One like this. Well, we start out the same way. We put the guitar flat on our lap, and using my trusty string winder, I slacken off the first string that we're going to take off, which will be the 6th. Now, because a classical string stretches a lot more than a steel string, you usually end up with a lot more string wound onto the tuner, so it takes quite a bit of time to get a string off. I can normally take a string off a steel string guitar in just a couple of seconds, but on a classical guitar it takes longer. Now, you remember on a steel strung guitar, I showed you how to push the string through the hole in the bridge to slacken it off. Well, you can sometimes do that with a classical guitar. Can you see that? I'm just pushing it through, and the string just obligingly unwinds. Take it off and throw it away. Now, get a new string. Start out with the 6th. You also should remember that I told you to be very careful when you are unwinding a string. With a classical string, it's even more important. It won't hurt you. It hasn't got the spring that a steel string has, but it's very easily damaged. Now, if you look at both ends of the string, you'll see that one end is very floppy, whereas the other end is rigid. Now, this floppy end is going to be the end that we leave behind the bridge. So we take the rigid end and we push it through. There we are. And we pull the string through until we have just the floppy end remaining behind the bridge. Now, we put it under itself. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try and raise the guitar up a bit. Okay? And then we push it back under itself here. Can you see that? Then hold the end down close to the top of the guitar and just take up the slack here. There we are. Bring the other end of the string along to the tuner end of the guitar, keeping a bit of tension on the string, because if you don't, this knot here can undo. So just keep a bit of tension and push that through here. And now, do you remember last time I showed you how you let the string under itself in order to lock it? Well, we do the same thing. We bring it under itself like that, pull it back. Now, this is one time when I am going to use a string winder for winding on, because it will take me all day otherwise. So just hold it there. Take a little bit of the tension up here. And when the string is just about to produce a note, like that, then I go to finger power. Like that. Now, you remember what I told you about cutting off the end of a string? You only do that when the string is up to tension. There we are. So, one string. Let me show you how to take a treble string off, because that's a little bit of a different job. I'll take the first string off here. As always, you unwind. I don't know why it is. I always find it more difficult to change strings when millions of people are watching over my shoulder. It's probably my reserved English upbringing. Slide it off. Take out a first string. Now, a treble string, a nylon treble string, is not wound. It's just one piece of nylon monofilament, rather like a fishing line. And so it doesn't have a floppy end at one end. You see, both ends are exactly the same. So what you have to do is to make a decision, choose one end, and tie a knot in that end. Just a simple knot. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? Okay. That is the end that we're going to leave behind the bridge. So, feed that in through the hole in the bridge. Leave about, say, what would you say, about 1.5 inches, I'd say. Now, take hold of the string, bring it under itself again. See? Let me just try and tilt the guitar a little bit for you. Put my string winder here, out of the way. Okay, now I'll bring this around so that you can see it, and then I feed it back under itself. Hold the knot down on the table of the guitar, the soundboard of the guitar, and just take up the slack. Now, you can see if I start slackening off, see that knot beginning to try to undo? So keep tension on that, bring it along, up to the head end of the guitar, feed it through. Now, nylon strings take a long time before they stop stretching out. Nylon is notorious for that, so don't ever put a set of strings on your guitar if you're going to play that evening and expect the guitar to be in tune. Put them on a couple of days before. Okay, take hold of the end of the string, feed it under itself, bring it up, and then hold it in position just so you get the string winder. Just keep your finger on there, and you see what I'm doing with the other fingers? I'm keeping the string tension up here so that that string doesn't undo at the bridge. Now, hook this on and start winding on here. Here we are. That's it. And then when the string starts to make a tone, then you can bring it up to pitch. And when the string is up to pitch, what can you do then? You cut the string. And actually, here's another one that I can cut. Yeah, I forgot that last time. So, full information on how to change your strings is contained in the book and record kit that I've written to accompany these programs, as is everything that I'm showing you. But more than that, to help you become a fine guitar player, the kit is crammed with advice and tips that we just don't have time to touch on in the programs. So if you don't have the kit yet, please do take down the address that we'll put up at the end of the program. So, today you have a new chord, C major, plus 2 new style variations. That's 2. You haven't forgotten the first one, have you? This one. Plus, you've started to alternate your basses, so let's put all that together in Skip to Maloo. We're going to play the first line with the first variation that I gave you. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Then the second line using your 4/4 variation. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. The third line using the first variation again. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Then mix them both on the last line. You start with the 4/4 variation and end with the 2/4. Skip to Maloo, my darling. Okay, are you ready? Here's a tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Skip to Maloo, my darling. So how did it go? Let's try it again, a little bit faster. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Skip to Maloo, my darling. And once more, really up to tempo. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Hey ho, skip to Maloo. Skip to Maloo, my darling. Okay, we're going to leave Skip to Maloo now, but you be sure to practice it up until everything is going smoothly. Your new chord C is probably going to need a little bit of work to get the changes between it, D7, and G really effortless. And that thumb rock on your bass strings, well, that has to become second nature. So that's your homework. You're really beginning to sound like a guitar player now, so remember, every moment that you spend with the instrument will speed up your progress. 15 minutes a day is good. 30 minutes is even better. If you keep practicing, you'll soon be playing songs like this from Program 7. So next time we'll be learning a new key, the key of D major, so you might just take a look at your tone wheel if you have a spare few minutes between now and then and find the major scale in D, and see if you can work out what the three main chords, the basic chord sequence, would be. In addition to our new key, I'll be showing you a couple of new styles. We'll be learning a new song. So until then, happy playing.
To get the string-along book and record kit, send a check or money order for $9.95 plus $2 postage and handling to String Along, Center Valley, Pennsylvania 18034. That's String Along, Center Valley, Pennsylvania 18034. Sorry, no CODs. In our next program, John Pearse shows how to tune your guitar using harmonics.
Just over the 5th fret. Now, it's not behind it. It's directly over it. Now, if I pluck that string with my thumb and then lift my finger off the string, I'll get a harmonic. Listen. Try it. You just touch your finger pad to the 6th string over the 5th fret, pluck it, and then lift the finger away. Good. Okay, now touch the 5th string just over the 7th fret and play a harmonic. It should sound the same. If it doesn't, then adjust the 5th. It's a little bit sharp. Take it down just a little bit. That's about it. Now ring a harmonic on the 5th string at the 5th fret and match it with a harmonic that you get on the 4th string at the 7th. Again, it's just a little bit sharp. Drop it down. Good. Again, adjust the 4th if they don't match. So far we have this. Good.
John also shows a new chord, A7.
We only use the first 2 fingers for this chord. The first finger is laying down across the first 4 strings, rather like a stick. And to help you get a really good pressure, brace that thumb at the back as I showed you in program 1. Okay? Now the second finger, that's fretting the 1st string just behind the 3rd fret. So first finger across 4 strings at the 2nd fret, and second finger behind the 3rd fret on the 1st string. So here's how the chord should sound. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Our song next time is Down in the Valley.
Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow, love, hear the wind blow, hang your head over.
So don't miss the next program in the String Along series with John Pearse.